This is a new system for me, so I thought I had the kinks worked out, but apparently I did not. So it's not showing me as going live. Um, I thought I would try it again because someone messaged me and told me that they could hear me, but they couldn't see me. So I'm going to see if this works, but um, let me check. So if this doesn't work, Zach's coming over to help me, but for now, we're trying. I don't know. Um, I'm not seeing any comments, but I'm not seeing the live either. So let's see. Okay. So it did show up as a live on my Facebook page. So it's just not showing me when I'm live, which is weird because it used to. But I do have the new software. I'm using Streamlabs instead of the OSB, which is like an updated version of OSB. So it runs off the same program. So I have an eyelash in my eye. If it's not one thing, it's another. Um, so I don't have a sample of this card, but I wanted to show you because I think it's a really cool technique and it's super easy to do. You can do it with or without using the embossing. Um, so I'm going to try to get a little piece of gold paper cut. Let me turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay, so I have gold foil paper here, and I have a 3.5, I think. Yeah, 3.5 by 4-inch piece of black that I'm going to stamp on. So I want this at 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to do 2 of them because I'm going to do 2 different techniques. And that's 3 3/4, but that's only 3 3/4. So I'll do another one. I should have done them at 4 1/4. Maybe I'll do this one at 4 1/4, and then I'll have the other one that same length. By 3 3/4. Okay, those are my extras. All right, so I have 2 card bases already cut. I have 2 gold foil pieces cut, and I have 2 of the black 3 1/4 by, or 3.5 by 4 pieces, and I'll put the measurements in the post when I get it finished. So what you want to do is this is one of my clear stamps. It's just a tree. I need to use my embossing buddy, and this is called the chalkboard technique that I wanted to show you. Just trying to get all the oils off of my paper, and because I have been touching it, so I'm doing that. I have a greeting here that says Season's Greetings, and I'm going to stamp on that as well. For now, though, we're going to start with the embossed image, and so you're going to ink it up with the Versamark ink. This is a watermark ink, so you can stamp it on paper, and it will show that image, but it'll be subtle. It'll be it just soaks into the paper. So I'm going to put a tree over here. I like to press the stamp down so that the ink can soak into the paper. And then I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to put one over here on this side. I want to make sure I leave room for my greeting in there, which I'm also going to ink in the Versamark because I'm going to emboss it. I want to make sure I get my greeting right there. Now you can put your greeting on the inside of the card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fill in the bottom here. I'm going to go with a little bit overlap. Okay, there we go. Cover that. I'm going to bring my embossing tray in. I need to grab my white embossing powder. I know it's up here somewhere. That's clear. That's white. Okay. Ooh, look. These even have a shaker lid. That's cool. I've had these for a long time, so I'd forgotten about that option. I'm just going to shake it on. Isn't that cool? I like that. Just making sure I'm getting all the trees real good. Now, the reason you use the embossing buddy is so that nothing sticks where you don't want it to, okay? So I'm just trying to move some of that off a little bit. And I had it on my finger, so now I've rubbed it across the paper. Okay. I think that's pretty good. All right, now I'm going to heat this. And I will come back in with I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to come back in with a blending brush. I'm going to heat up my heat tool for a little bit. I don't know if you can see that here. If I get it under the right camera, you might. Okay, now you can heat it up from underneath. I like to go from the top. And I always like to stay pretty close to the paper. Once it starts to turn color, like turn white, you can move it to another section. I don't like to go like this. It takes longer to heat it up. I just keep it nice and steady. Make sure I get all the little spots. Okay. I need my tweezers. There we go. I don't know where my brand new ones are. I bought some. I don't know what I did with them. They're around here somewhere. Oh, they're right there. They're on the other end of that little box that I pulled this out of. Okay. Make sure I get it nice. You don't want to overheat it because it will soak into your paper. I can see that it didn't get see, there was a spot right there where I didn't want it. So now that's a snowflake. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it a snowflake. Okay. So now I need a clean, remember what I did with them. I need a blending brush, which I forgot to bring over. Let me grab one real quick. I have some in here. I do not. Where did I put those? I'll use, well, let me see if this one's, nope, that has brown on it. I think this one's clean. Yeah, I'll just use this one. I'm going to take my white ink pad, and this is going to give that chalk effect. You know, the chalkboards when you're, let me kind of wipe that off a little bit, get all that powder off of it. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the white. I don't use this very often, so it's probably, Zach's here. You just want a light coloring of the white to make it look like you've got a chalkboard under there. You know, like when you were at school, how you could never like wipe off all of the chalk. Okay. So there we go. That's just a little bit of white chalkboard dust on there. So that's one technique. I'm going to go ahead and close this until I'm ready to do it. And then I'll have to talk to Zach when he gets in here for a second. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and make the card. Okay, so we have this, and I'm going to put it on the gold. I don't really want that much gold showing. So I'm going to trim it down a little bit. And I'll show you how I do that. Hi, Zach. So I tried it again. I don't know if you can tell by going on YouTube if it's going live or if it's on Facebook Live. I can't tell because I can't see any comments from anybody. I'll look up here and see if there's...
both sides right now.
See if somebody is commenting. I'm not seeing it, so... So I've already scored the cardstock. I'm just going to fold it. You always want to fold it toward the bump. Move that out of the way here. Okay. So now you can put DSP here, the designer series paper. I don't have any handy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to adhere this down. You can put your dimensionals on to pop that up a little bit. I see that I got a couple of new subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hopefully when I get 50, I can go live on YouTube as well. In the meantime... I'm not? Okay. Okay, I'm going to put a couple more in. It's right here. Right here.
I'm not seeing you live on Facebook either.
Well, I couldn't find myself on Facebook either when I tried a few minutes ago to start. But then I went back in and it showed that I had a live going. Which I thought was weird.
No, I'm not seeing it live.
Okay. Maybe I didn't... Oh, it says go live here. Maybe I didn't go live.
Okay.
I thought I was going live.
Tinkle real quick? You okay with tinkering it
Yeah.
really real quick?
Yeah. I mean, you can see the screen right here that says... Because it's recording. I've got 14 minutes of recording, but that didn't stay go live.
Do this one. You've been recording for 14 minutes.
I know.
Video test. What was your title?
It was chalkboard technique.
technique. The description. Cool part about doing Bluetooth, I don't have to hook it up to your computer.
Oh, so now it's live.
Should be.
Well, they'll get to see me finish up this card, and then I'll do the other one, and make sure they both. I'm trying to get that nice and inked up. Make my ink pad. I'm not ready for you yet. Stay over there. Nice.
Yeah,
Yay.
but looks like you have a
Is
5
it on?
second delay.
Is it on Facebook
Yep,
or?
that's Facebook.
Nice. Should it? Well, I could have done this in green, I guess, but I grabbed the black. There we go. So that is going to go on the inside of the card. But may your days be merry is what I'm going to put on the inside. Move this way. This is the inside of the card that I'm working on at the moment. Probably didn't get that straight. It's one of those days again. Okay. I think they're getting used to me being crazy.
I'm trying to keep my hand out of the screen. I got the mouse out.
So this was just kind of a quick little card to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. It has the gold trim around it. So this was just kind of a quick little card to. I'll get closer so you can see it. And then to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this was just kind of a quick little card to. And then the other technique. And then to show you tonight, but there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this was just kind of a quick little using embossing. And then the other technique. And then to show you tonight, but there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this was just kind of a quick little using embossing. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this was just kind of a quick little using embossing. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. The dye base. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. The dye base. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. The dye base. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. The dye base. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. The dye base. And then the next one is just going to be using to show you tonight. But there's the Season's Greetings. So I just kind of stayed with the brown. So this is just kind of a quick little using embossing. Well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to but there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing using and wrapping them. Well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing using and wrapping. So this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing using and wrapping. So this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing using and wrapping. So this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing using and wrapping. So this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So I just kind of stated for the last you don't have writing so this one, well, I did, and the next one is just going to be useful, but I showed you how to the gold. But there's okay. So
Grandma, I opened it and checked the audio from the other room,
Oh.
and it's replaying your audio into itself about a dozen times over.
sorry, guys. Definitely technical difficulties tonight.
Yep.
So I'm just adding green to the bottoms of this, and it's really not showing up like I thought it would. But maybe it's because my ink pad's dry. Thank you. What would I do without him? I'm sorry about the I had audio on two screens, and so one of them was playing over the other, and there's a delay, and Zach caught it for me because I can't see I can't hear the video. I can just hear myself talking. So this is supposed to be darker, but you can see some of the green in the trees. And then I left the tops of them white like it's snow. You could go back over here with a like the white gel pens and add more snow to it if you wanted to. But I think if my ink pad had been a little more inked, which I'll have to find my white ink refill. Oh, there it is right there. And this would have done a little bit better had I had more ink in it. This is a really thick ink. So I don't expect it to soak in right away, so I won't be able to use it. But I want you to see. It's really easy to add ink to your ink pads. I just rub it around. You can use a credit card to, I wouldn't use your good one. I would use an old one that you're going to throw out anyway, probably. But you can just use your credit card or a spoon or anything to rub this in and let it soak up into that foam pad. Because this is really, it is taking it in pretty good. So this must have been pretty dry. I don't use it that often, so it either dried up or I just didn't put enough in it to begin with. Because the white ink pad is one that you have to put your ink on yourself. It does not come pre-inked. You get a bottle of ink, the white ink, and then you get your empty pad, and then you have to do it. So that's probably what it was. Is I just didn't put enough in it. It takes a lot sometimes when you first do the ink pads. See how fast it's soaking in. So I think I'm going to go with that for now. And I might just show you on a, I think I have a scrap piece of black right here that I can try. Let's see what I do with it. I'll just cut a little piece real quick and show you out of my scrap bin. Now this is different cardstock. This is close to my heart, where the black I'm using here is not. It is Stampin' Up. So they are different, but it should be a very similar look. Okay, and move that up for a second. See if this gets a better inking. Oh yeah, I think that's better already. So that's just basically what I wanted to show you. The differences in the, when you have it well inked and when you don't. I should have checked it before I started this technique, and I did not. So I want it to dry for just a moment, because I don't want to pick up the white ink with this brush. Now I'm going to use the brush, and I'm so the closer to the head of the brush you get, the more pressure you're going to be able to use. If you go back on the brush, you're going to have a lot less pressure. But I wanted to pick up a lot of ink here. So while this is still damp, but a little more dry, I'm going to come in with this ink and see if I can get it. I think it's smearing a little bit, which the other one didn't because I let it dry longer. So maybe I needed to use the heat pad or the heating thing before, but so that's your chalk. You can come back in with the white and add chalk, the chalk look. Now this is going to be wet, more wet than what I had before, so I need to be very gentle. So I'm going to hold back onto the back of this brush because I don't want it to be real dark. But I want to get that chalk effect in there. And then it also looks a little foggy out, doesn't it? That's kind of a cool thing. I've done this technique, but it's been years ago, and I just happened to watch a video on, I think it was Crafting with Christy was the lady's name. I'll go back and verify that and make sure, but that's what they did. And then usually I use a different cloth or something to wipe off the white ink, because the white ink is very pigmented. It's very thick. So I don't like to get it on my regular ink, you know, my 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 cleaning thingy, this thingy, the stamp and scrub. If I could get the right letters or words to come out. Okay, so on the inside of the card, I'm going to use this because I have the gold trim to fit this. On the inside of the card, we're going to stamp trees in the green. And I'm going to do it over on the left-hand corner. Is anybody joining me here today after all the technical difficulties I've had? I hope so. Zach's been trying to help me get the YouTube going so that I could stream to YouTube also, and then I don't have to worry about saving my videos because Facebook deletes them after 30 days, and sometimes I forget to go in there and fix that. You know, download them, and then I download them, but I forget to, or I don't know how to post them on YouTube yet. So Zach's going to help me with that tonight too after I'm done here. But in the meantime, he's waiting out there with Grumpy while I finish this card real quick. So I'm just going to put may your days be merry on the inside, but I'm stamping it in green instead of the black. And then I'm almost done with this card. So I'm grounded. You guys should ground me because I didn't get my homework done. We went to the pumpkin patch, but I didn't print out the pictures to put on the layout, so I don't have it done yet. I did, however, while I was waiting to get this video started today, I did go in and download them. I sent them to my email and downloaded them, so now I have to go in and find them and print them out. Put them in a permanent file and print them out. So I will do that. I'll make sure those get loaded here in the next few days. This goes on the inside of the card. So the card is 5.5 by 8.5, and you scored at 4 1/4. And then this card is 4 by 5 1/4, just so that it sits right inside and has a nice border all the way around. This is how I do all of my cards, most of them. If it does have if it's a white card base, I sometimes will just stamp right to the back of the, the inside. But I usually put another layer of paper there, just because I like the sturdiness of it. Okay, so let me put this onto the gold, and I'll have to trim that one down again because I got it a little bigger than I planned. My math must have been off. That's been the story of my life lately, I think. One of these days I'll get this all figured out and everything will go smoothly, and you're going to go, what happened to Janice? She's doing things right now. I really did spend a lot of time in my room today. I had to clean off my table because it was a mess. I'm looking for a new cabinet to go behind me so I can store my stamps a little bit differently since we have the new packaging, which I also want to show you tonight because it is pretty nice, actually. So I'll show you that as soon as I get done with this card. So then you'll have 2 samples, one of each technique. Now, if you wanted to, you could emboss this. You could add another layer of paper and emboss it and put it here. This one, I did not put the dimensionals on it. I'm just going to put it straight to the card. Try to get it lined up where it's even. Looks pretty good. Okay, so there's that card and there's that card. I like them both. I think if I would have had the um the white ink, I'll try to ink up the ink pad better and show you a really good sample. Um, but I think that turned out pretty cute. I didn't get very much. Oh, I actually didn't even put the chalk dust on this one because I was not paying attention. So I can put some in here. There we go. Now we got it. That's how you fix it. And you can add bling. If you want to add some bling to it, you just add whatever bling you want. These are a little big. I don't really want to use the big bling. But you can use stickles. The rhinestones, if you have any of the close to my heart rhinestones, they would be perfect, especially the itty bitty ones. You just put rhinestones all over there. These are a little big. I don't want to use those right now, so I'm just going to put those back in my little holder. But for now, those are the two cards for tonight. And then I want to show you, I'm going to move these out of the way. I want to show you the packaging, the new packaging I got for the new stamps. So the red rubber stamps will be discontinued with the end of this with the end of December. The end of December when they do the retiring list, the red rubber stamps will no longer be in the catalogs. They're not going to do them online or anything. It's all going to the photopolymer. Okay, so this is the dies and this is the stamp sets. So I haven't put these on the magnet sheets yet, but I do plan on doing that. And then the stamp set. Now I've seen some people, and I don't know if this is allowed or not, but once you buy the stamps, as long as you're not selling the images, you should be able to do this in your own folders. So they've inked these up and stamped them onto this paper so that you can tell that if you're missing a stamp or not. I have not done that. I have seen other people do that. But I also know that they're trying to get clarification from Stampin' Up! If that's allowed, because there are some legalities. Okay, so this one is called Petals of Beauty. I have not used it yet. I just got it. So I think it came yesterday. So then this one here is called Banner Sayings. And this one actually came with a punch. Let me show you the punch. Super cute. Oh, it's over here. I thought I put it away and I didn't. So these are the 3 different banners. And you can punch out just the one, or I don't think this is wide enough, but you can put your strip in there and just punch out the one you want. Or you can punch all 3 of them. But those are really nice, and the little words here: you are loved, consider yourself hugged, wishing you good things, happy birthday, you did it, I'm here for you, thanks a million, I'm so grateful, you're the sweetest, I can't thank you enough, here's to you, cue the confetti, celebrate, sending my love. So that'll be really nice for a lot of different cards. I believe this one is, I need to mark them, whether they're online only or not, because I can't remember for sure. But I know this, you can get it when you go into the bundled. If you look for the bundles, you can get this one under the bundles with the punch. The Stampin' Punch bundles. If I could speak tonight, would be good. Here's another one. This is a new thing. I want to show you this one of these days real quick, because this is called Pop-Up Petals. And it has the vases and the flowers, the little butterfly. It has some sayings, and then it has dies that coordinate with it. And these dies make a pop-up feature inside your card. So I've only kind of played with it a little bit. I haven't actually made a card. I did use these dies, but I did not do anything with them. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. But I do want to show you what that's like because I think it'll be really cool. There is a picture of the mechanism online, but I can't tell you where. If you look up this stamp set, the pop-up petals stamp set, it is on that. It's the image in there. There's a card, and on the inside of the card has the pop-up. So you'll be able to look at that and see what I'm talking about. This one here, just because came with, it has coordinating dies as well. I love the word dies. And this one has the shadow and the main, well, it has 3 layers. Let's just say that. Just because kind, it has the 3 dots right there. It says you're a great friend. It's your birthday. I appreciate you. I think you're amazing. Lovely. I love you. You've been on my mind. So those are really nice. And then the dies are a really nice size too. And it has like little label dies that go with it that you can use with it. Probably for the smaller words. I don't know. I think they would fit on there. So these are some of the new things that I just got yesterday. And then these are the nice, they're 5 5/8 by 9 inches tall. So I'm going to get some clear baskets to stand mine up in. People are also using like a label punch to make a label up here that sticks up to show what your stamp set is. This is a new cut and emboss die. I'm sorry. It's not a die. It is an embossing folder. And I can't show you because it's too shiny. So let me take it out of the plastic because I'm going to anyway. I like to write on my embossing folders. Right here on the line, I'll usually take a Sharpie and write that it's the beautiful pattern embossing folder. I'll put beautiful pattern. So this is like it has diamonds with little X's in it. I think that's really cute. So, and then this is the traditional wreath, it's called. This goes with the Keeping Traditions paper pack. It coordinates with that. And it is a 3D embossing folder, and it's a nice big wreath. So that'll be kind of cool. I want to use that on some cards as well. It's really pretty. I've seen some people do some really pretty things with this. And with it being the 3D, it's really raised up in here. So that's that. And then this TX Stampin' Sharon. She's a lady that I follow. She works closely with my upline through Stampin' Up. That she's like my 3rd level up. She hit $1 million in sales and got to make create this stamp set. So it's kind of cool. It has the if I can get it there where you can see it, the like tropical island letters there with the happy, and then it says retirement, place, life, days, times, birthday for you, and hey y'all, because she's from Texas and that's what they say down there. So hey y'all, this is a red rubber stamp. So this one will be retiring. I don't know how long they keep those on when it's the $1 million sales one. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with that because, you know, I haven't hit that mark yet. So, but I appreciate all you guys helping me. One of these days I'll get there. It might take me 30 years. And then this one here is kind of cool. It's called Lasting Linen. And it's just a textured, a very, very textured background stamps. I love my background stamps, especially when they're the size of a card front. Those little 2-inch squares, oh, yuck. I never could line them up, so I had to make sure that whatever I was doing with the card that it covered all the mistakes, because it just drove me crazy. Not that it had far to go, but you know. This is one I've wanted for a long time, but it was out of stock. I finally came back in stock and I was able to get it this time. So it's just a big Merry Christmas. And it'll go right on the front of a card. It will fit inside that gold line. So there to there. So that's a pretty big stamp. So I'll have to use that for my Christmas cards, either on the inside or the outside somewhere. Are you guys making Christmas cards? How many Christmas cards do you have to make this year? I am making Christmas cards this year. I don't know how many. I've already got a ton of them made, so I'm going to try to get those all in the mail. That'll be like a miracle, won't it? I used to be really good about sending Christmas cards, and the last several years I just have not. So this is called Outdoor Adventure. It has a nice big adventure. It has some plus signs and some diamonds. This would pair up really well with the embossing folder. The Great Outdoors in cursive. There's an elk and probably a wolf and trees. And then there's dies that match. So I'm going to show you what I do. I usually put them on a magnet sheet, which I actually have right here. So I can do that. A lot of times with the others, when they're in the stamp cases, I would put that really heavy duty red tape on the back here and glue them into my cases, but I don't need to do that on this one. I don't like the heavy duty tape that they have to hold these down. It's always hard for me to get it off, get the die off when I want to. So these are the tracks of the boots or the tennis shoes, whatever you want to show that you're wearing in your pictures. The trees, the wolf, and it looks like there's a label. Oh, look at that! It has the Stampin' Up and the part number. It is. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then it's just a little, like a sign. Like a signpost. So you would have a strip of paper and you could have that sign and your arrow on it showing that it's that way to the lake or that way to the mountains or whatever that way. That's kind of cool. So then I put that in there and I turn it to the back. So I have both of them facing out. And then I just put the stamp set to the front and the dies to the back side. And that's how I'm going to store mine for now, in baskets. And I don't have a basket handy that's empty that I can show you, but I'm going to store them like this. So I may put a label or a tab of some kind up here that says what they are, or I might just put Christmas in one and fall in another. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm getting started very soon because now I have all these to put away. Okay, so let me see if I can go back to the webcam. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video after we got all the mess cleared up with all the extra voiceover that was unintended and the technical difficulties that we've had tonight. Like I said, I will get this down to a perfection here, but it's going to take some working through. Zach's been really good about coming over and helping me with getting this started. YouTube won't let me do live videos until I have 50 followers. And right now, when I looked last, I was at 11 followers. I started out at 5 this afternoon, so 11 is huge. But as soon as I can get to 50, I will be posting these videos live to YouTube as well as Facebook. And Zach's going to help me tonight move, or at least show me how to move the videos from my downloaded videos to YouTube so you guys can start watching the videos that I've done on Facebook that Facebook has been deleting. If I download them so that they do, when they do delete them, I still have a copy of them. But they've deleted a few that I wasn't able to, I either didn't remember or I thought I downloaded them and I didn't. So, but he's going to help me work through that. So I've been on here close to an hour. It's been 51 minutes since we started since we started live stream. Because I know I was working on the one card when I realized I was recording, but I wasn't streaming. So, hopefully, you guys can see this and you'll leave me some comments. Let me know if it's actually working, if the audio is working. I'll go back in and watch it too when I get done here. So, you guys have a good night. Thank you for joining me. I'm Janice Wilson, by the way. If you didn't notice by my title. It's just been a crazy day, so I'm gonna hop off and see if I can learn how to do YouTube. All right, good night. Thank you.